Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So this week I am using Just Starkey stickers. I have Sleigh Ride on the left and Merry Penguin on the right, and then I also grabbed the Christmas scripts on the left, Christmas stamps on the right, and then the quotes from stockings on the middle. I also grabbed some of my dot marker pens, my joyful Merry Ho 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 washi tape, some random sticker sheets that I have. I'm not really sure I'll use those, but they are here to my side. And then I also have some PET tape in case I want to use those, as well as some mild liners that are also in that tray. My thoughts were I would keep these extra stickers that were left from the spread as well as this tray next to me throughout the week. So if I wanted to decorate something else, I just had that stuff by my side. Occasionally I will pull out a notebook and just kind of sketch things out, or use a blank sheet that I want to just sketch things out for maybe next year. And I might want to go ahead and throw a little decoration on those pages. So I will keep these by my desk throughout the week. I will get a little bit of a rough start on this spread. I really just wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I do know that I want to put in a little bit more decoration than I would normally for a week. I am going to mark spots where I am going to put my task lists for the day, just so I don't over decorate those areas. I definitely want to make sure that there is room every day for my tasks. So I did kind of group them together. A lot of times I kind of alternate squares, but this time I grouped 2 squares together, and then I thought I would treat the sidebar as an extension of Monday. So I went ahead and I dropped these trees in, and then I realized that the trees next to either the snowman or the penguins, the sizing wouldn't be right for me. So I wanted those trees to have a little more impact. So I did decide to pull those up and put them on top of a box instead of them just standing alone like that in the corner. So I did decide to grab the Mojo Jojo Plans Black Boxes sticker book so that I could use those to give more emphasis to those trees and to some other areas on the planner spread. I do want to mention that if you order Just Starkey stickers already printed, her stickers move very easily. However, I have the digital stickers and I print on my own sticker paper, and it isn't always the easiest to move. So I did grab my undo in order to get those trees up and reposition them. And I did cut out the undo drying time. It doesn't take a long time, but it's like watching paint dry. I also decided to grab some Mojo Jojo Plans red boxes from the Rainbow Boxes sticker book. And if they're still available, I will link them down below. I can't remember if she still has them in stock or not. But I did want to bring in some of that brightness and some of that red that is throughout the other stickers. And that's why I decided to choose red over either gray or light blue. I just wanted some more of that brightness and make it feel more Christmassy. And now I'm trying to fill that space that the boxes make with these berries, and I just didn't really like it, so I did pull those up, and I will put a poinsettia there instead. And you see me shifted a couple times. I'm just trying to figure out how much of the box border I want to cover with that sticker. So that's why I kind of fiddle with it a little bit before I decide where I want it to go down and how much and which part of the border of the boxes that I want to cover up. I am also going to grab one of these Christmas stamp stickers. And at first I thought I would just put it in the center of the box, but then I want to be able to write in it, and just in case, I won't necessarily have to write in it because there is enough decoration around it. But I feel like there is so much non-typical things going on right now that it is nice to be able to highlight those bigger events that are happening. So I did pick that North Pole Post Office Christmas stamp to go in that area as well. So I'm liking how this cluster is looking. I also would like to put a cluster in that middle area on Thursday and Friday, and then I'll jump back down and put it another grouping in Tuesday, Wednesday at the bottom, and then up in the middle on the sidebar and Monday. So that is my plan for carrying that across. I am going to leave the whole top row open for plans for the week. And I have not put anything in, I'm not putting any boxes in yet. I want to make sure that what we actually have planned is going to happen. But I think as I'm voiceovering this, I think I can drop those things in. But my son has finals or midterms next week, so his exam schedule has been finalized. Sometimes we have to tweak it based upon his IEP needs. And then they're done with school on Wednesday. So Thursday, Christmas break starts, not spring break. That's wishful thinking. I'm already cold and ready for it to warm up. But then Thursday, my daughter has a party to go to. And then that's when we'll start dropping in all the Christmas parties with our families and things like that. We're a little late to the game planning this year, but my niece and nephew are basically adults at this point. So planning around their lives as well as our own lives and the kids' sports schedules and things like that, it gets a little challenging this time of year. So we will definitely make time. It's just up until literally this voiceover, I had no idea what next week would look like. Even the exam schedule was subject to change. So I will be able to drop those things in now, and I will probably just put the black boxes in because I feel like there is enough red on the spread. So I do like how the Thursday, Friday grouping looks. I did add that sticker that says Joy, Hope, Peace, Believe, Christmas. And I just feel like there might be something missing right next to that quote sticker, so I might have to come back to that. But I did want to keep moving along. I don't want to use up my stickers. I know I'm kind of have that hoarder mentality where I don't want to use something in case I can use it better later. So I did just go ahead and move on to the next cluster on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I really wanted to make sure that I got in a snowman. And I could have put it in that little L next to the red and black box, but I wanted to do it a little bit differently. I didn't want it to look exactly like the penguin sitting in that L shape with the boxes. So I did put it on top of the red box. And then I got out this quote that said, "The most wonderful time of the year." And I thought about putting it in that black box, but it wasn't quite fitting. And I would have had to pull up the red box a little bit in order to get it to fit. So I didn't mess around with it. I just decided that I would use it somewhere else. And instead I dropped in this Merry and Bright sticker. And then I'll go back and try to find a place to fit that quote in that I didn't put down on the Tuesday, Wednesday grouping. So I will go back into the Rainbow Boxes book and grab a square red box to fit the quote in. I will have to cut the quote down a little bit so that it doesn't overlap the border of the red box, but that's okay. I do feel like when I am modifying any of my stickers that it is much easier to use wax paper. So I did go ahead and put that red box down on the wax paper, and then I trimmed the quote sticker to fit inside. But I have also put stickers on the wax paper in order to make it easier to cut them. So if I didn't have just a straight line to cut, I would have put it on the wax paper and then cut the sticker and then pulled the sticker off of the wax paper. So the other thing that I wanted to try to do as I moved across the page was alternate which sticker was the black sticker and which was the red sticker. So in that first cluster, the black sticker is big and the little sticker is red, and then it flips, and then it's the same on the other side of the page. So I like that it's similar, but it's still different enough to be visually appealing. I am going to drop the Santa hat on the corner of this box, and I thought about bringing in another penguin or something like that over here, but again, I didn't want it to be exactly the same, so I didn't want a penguin sitting in that corner that the boxes make an L. So I did grab the Santa hat as well as the presents. I am using my new Uniball 1.0 gel pen, and I'll link that down below. I can't I don't know what exactly it was called. I think it was the Sigmo. So I will link it down below, but this definitely works much better than my Sakura jelly roll. So hopefully if you don't have one of these, I will link it down below and you could pick that up. Like I said, I'd like how the ink flows a lot better. When I'm doing this, I'm trying to usually cover up a bigger space, not just a tiny line. So I like that it puts out a lot more ink. The other weird part about all these stickers is probably my favorite part are the trees. I probably could have printed out a whole sheet just of the trees and spread them along the bottom. And I probably would love that spread. Maybe I will do that sometime in January since I won't need it to look Christmassy. I would just like it to look wintry. And then I did stick one of those sleeping penguins in the corner of that box. And so since I do like these trees so much, I am going to use every last one of them. I just need to decide where it is I want to put them. So I will come back to that tree and find a home for it. The other thing about that one tree, it has a trunk that actually shows beneath the branches, and that was throwing me off a little bit. So I will eventually trim that off, and that makes everything much better. And I also thought that I would find a spot for the sleigh. And I did decide to put it on Christmas Eve. We won't have much going on that day, so it was safe to cover up that area with the sleigh, and I'll probably just write Christmas Eve on it. We don't have to work since it's a weekend. But I also like how it brings some red up to that corner. I also thought about dropping in this little box sticker, but I decided that I wanted to leave that open so I could write Christmas Eve. So I moved it down to the bottom and it just says, do not open until December 25th. So I thought it was fitting. So let me just clear off my desk a little bit. I feel like sometimes I can't get a good picture of what my spread looks like when I have so much stuff sitting on my desk. So I think sometimes it's just easier to clear out everything, lay out the spread, and then give it a good look over and then decide where things are missing. But I could have stopped here, but I wanted to find a place for the last two trees. So I did try it out in a couple spaces and finally decided up here on Saturday and Sunday. And I put that tree down with the trunk, and then I decided to go ahead and trim it off. It just did not quite go with all the other trees on the page. And I did decide to also tuck it under the sleigh, so I'm going to pull the sleigh up a little bit so that I can tuck it under. And that will mostly be the decor for the page. I'm going to drop in my lines next, just so I can get a good feeling for how much white space is left. And I'm just going to use my Chrissy Designs 7mm stencil. They do come in 5, 6, 7mm or 1/4 of an inch options. But I like that they are closer together lines than what the Happy Planner stencil provides. So that's why I frequently use Chrissy Designs. And I am also using my Muji 0.38, which is what I usually use for lines. I like that the ink does not smear, and it's thin, and it's black. And when I use my erasable pen throughout the week, when I erase things, the line stays and it does not smear. So I really like the Muji for my lines. Once I get all these lines in, I am going to use my dot markers and put in a few bullets. And this is not something that I normally do because I never know how many lines I'm going to take to write something. But I'm kind of using the bullets as a limit to the number of things that I can write for each day. I really don't need to be doing more than 5 things a day this week. I do have to work the full week. My kids have school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and like I said, my son has exams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so he has an odd schedule. But I really don't feel like I should be overdoing it. I will need to do some baking, but other than that, my Christmas presents are wrapped and I'm pretty ready to go. So I definitely like to try to limit myself when I need to. And then I'm going back in and just filling in a few spaces and using up some more of these stickers. I dropped a few poinsettias in, and I really want to put one more penguin on the page. I'm not sure why, but I feel like one more big penguin is needed. So I did drop the ice skating penguin in. I really thought he was cute. And then I will go in and erase my lines that I made. And I will call this spread done. Thanks for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that everyone is having a great December and is ready for the holidays. I hope you stay healthy and safe this holiday season, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!